Question 1. Which policy agreement accord is closely associated with reforms in banking industry? Options. A. Doha Accord. B. Basel Accord. C. Look East Policy. D. Geneva Framework. E. All of the above. Answer. B. Basel Accord. Question 2. National Financial Switch, NFS, was introduced in 2003 for which purpose in India? Options. A. Interconnectivity of ATMs across the country. B. Electrical connection. C. Electric supply. D. Electronic items supply. E. None of the above. Answer. A. Interconnectivity of ATMs across the country. Question 3. When the second factor authentication, SFA, for the card not present transaction, the first of its kind in the world, was introduced by RBI? Options. A. In February 2009. B. 2015. C. 2014. D. 2013. E. 2012. Answer. A. In February 2009. Question 4. When RuPay, the domestic card system, was launched? Options. A. In 2011. It has slowly gained popularity, and with its linkage under the Jan Dhan Yojana has become a household name. B. 2009. C. 2006. D. 2005. E. None of these. Answer. A. In 2011. It has slowly gained popularity, and with its linkage under the Jan Dhan Yojana has become a household name. Question 5. Which institution had introduced RuPay debit card? Options. A. Diners Club. B. Visa. C. Master. D. SIDBI. E. NPCI. Answer. E. NPCI. Question 6. Who issues IEC code to enable an entity to undertake export-import business in our country? Options. A. Home Ministry. B. DGFT. C. RBI. D. SEBI. E. None of the above. Answer. B. DGFT. Question 7. What is the lock-in period for a tax-saver fixed deposit in a bank? Options. A. 2.5 years. B. 3 years. C. 2 years. D. 5 years. E. There is no lock-in period. Answer. D. 5 years. Question 8. What is the percentage of shareholding of the concerned state government in regional rural banks? Options. A. 100%. B. 15%. C. 50%. D. 35%. E. 75%. Answer. B. 15%. Question 9. In limited liability partnership, LLP, what is the extent of liability of a partner? Options. A. Liability of partners is joint and several. B. Other than those given as option. C. Each partner is fully liable. D. Limited to the extent of his shareholding. E. Each partner is liable not only to the extent of his share, but also to the share of other partners in case of any shortfall. Answer. D. Limited to the extent of his shareholding. Question 10. Who, among the following economists, has given the concept of BRI crew? Options. A. Lord Meghnad Saha. B. Jim O'Neill. C. Amartya Sen. D. Gunter Grass. E. Jean Tyrol. Answer. B. Jim O'Neill. Question 11. Which of the following countries have the word dinar in their official currency? I. Algeria 2, Iraq 3, Kuwait. Options. A. Only 3 and 2. B. Only I and 2. C. Only I. D. Only 2 and 3. E. All I, 2, 3. Answer. E. All I, 2, 3. Question 12. BCSBI is an autonomous and independent body set up by the options. A. Government of India, Goal. B. Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. C. Reserve Bank of India, RBI. D. BCCI. E. Financial Sector Legislation Reforms Commission, FSLRC. Answer. C. Reserve Bank of India, RBI. Question 13. Which of the following is a village development project under which each member of parliament will take the responsibility of developing physical and institutional infrastructure in the identified villages? Options. A. Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana. B. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. C. Provision of urban amenities in rural areas. D. National Social Assistance Program. E. Sansadarsh Gram Yojana. Answer. E. Sansadarsh Gram Yojana. Question 14. In postal index number, PIN, code, how many digits are there? Options. A. 5. B. 6. C. 7. D. 8. E. 9. Answer. B. 6. Question 15. What is devaluation? Options. A. Devaluation is a monetary policy tool of countries that have a fixed exchange rate or semi-fixed exchange rate, i.e., reducing the value for business in international market. B. Steep increase of value. C. Slow increase of value K. D. Maintaining stability. E. None of the above. Answer. A. Devaluation is a monetary policy tool of countries that have a fixed exchange rate or semi-fixed exchange rate, i.e., reducing the value for business in international market. Question 16. What is the reason for a country to devaluate its currency? Options. A. To combat trade imbalances. B. Devaluation causes a country's exports to become less expensive. C. Making the country's exports more competitive on the global market. D. This in turn means that imports are more expensive, making domestic consumers less likely to purchase them. E. All the above. Answer. E. All the above. Question 17. How cooperative banks are established? Options. A. They are established as per Cooperative Act. B. Technically constitute cooperative institutions with an elected managing committee. C. They have provisions for the protection of members' rights. D. They follow approved bylaws and amendments. E. All the above. Answer. E. All the above. Question 18. What are the functions of RBI? Options. A. Monetary authority, i.e., formulate, implements, and monitors the monetary policy. Regulator and supervisor of the financial system, i.e., prescribes broad parameters of banking operations within which the country's banking and financial system functions. B. Manager of foreign exchange, i.e., manages the Foreign Exchange Management Act, 1999, issuer of currency, issues and exchanges or destroys currency and coins not fit for circulations. And development role, i.e., performs a wide range of promotional functions to support national objectives. C. Bankers to the government, performs merchant banking function for the central and the state governments, also acts as their banker and D. Bankers to banks, maintains banking accounts of all scheduled banks. E. All the above. Answer. E. All the above. Question 19, which is called as bearer check or open check. Options. A. When the words or bearer appearing on the face of the check are not cancelled, the check is called a bearer check. B. The bearer check is payable to the person specified therein or to any other else who presents it to the bank for payment. C. Normally it is not crossed. D. All the above. E. None of the above. Answer. D. All the above. Question 20. What is self-check? Options. A. A self-check is written by the account holder as pay self to receive the money in the physical form from the branch where he holds his account. B. It is a promissory note. C. It is a hundi. D. It is a bond. E. None of the above. Answer. A. A self-check is written by the account holder as pay self to receive the money in the physical form from the branch where he holds his account. Question 21. Which of the following is a tool for temporary cash management used by the central state governments to tide over temporary mismatches? Options. A. Ways and Means Advances, WMA. B. Inflation Indexed Bonds, IIB. C. Open Market Operations, OMO. D. Marginal Liquidity Facility, MLF. E. Liquidity Adjustment Facility, LAF. Answer. A. Ways and Means Advances, WMA. Question 22. The index CNX Nifty is a benchmark stock market index for underscore. Options. A. Singapore Stock Market. B. Shanghai Stock Market. C. Indian Equity Market, National Stock Exchange. D. American Stock Market. E. Japanese Stock Market. Answer. C. Indian Equity Market, National Stock Exchange. Question 23. The RBI has come out with a new concept of bank licensing termed as the differentiated bank license. A differentiated bank license will allow a bank to. Options. A. Open branches in only identified geographical areas. B. Deal with only an identified class of customers. C. Offer products in any select verticals. D. Offer services to specified institutions' customers. E. Operate on principles of universal banking. Answer. C. Offer products in any select verticals. Question 24. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI, is to protect the interests of the policy holders and to. Options. A. Ensure orderly growth of insurance industry. B. Promote the development of financial infrastructure. C. Specify listing and transfer of securities. D. Regulate business of mutual funds. E. Regulate the money and credit market. Answer. A. Ensure orderly growth of insurance industry. Question 25. First payment bank in India. It is also the first paperless and fully digitalized bank. Options. A. Airtel Payments Bank Ltd. B. IndusInd Bank. C. Yes Bank. D. HDFC Bank. E. None of these. Answer. A. Airtel Payments Bank Ltd. Question 26. In the abbreviation PCA, the letter P stands for what? Options. A. Perfect. B. Prompt, PCA, Prompt Corrective Action. C. Pure. D. Previous. E. Present. Answer. B. Prompt, PCA, Prompt Corrective Action. Question 27. PFRDA has now increased the maximum age of joining under NPS private sector, i.e. all citizen and corporate model, from the existing 60 years to how many years? Options. A. 70 years of age. B. 65 years of age. C. 80 years of age. D. 90 years of age. E. None of these. Answer. B. 65 years of age. Question 28. Revelations made under the name Paradise Papers, based upon expose done by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, ICIJ, indicate that out of 180 countries represented in the data of offshore entities held by persons of different nationalities, India ranks 19th in terms of number of names. The Paradise Papers include which of the following? Options. A. Nearly 7 million loan agreements, financial statements, emails, trust deeds, and other paperwork over nearly 50 years from inside Appleby, a prestigious offshore law firm with offices in Bermuda and beyond. B. The leaked documents include files from the smaller, family-owned trust company, Asiacity, Singapore, and from company registries in 19 secrecy jurisdictions. C. Both A and B. D. Papers printed in heaven. E. Papers leaked in the sky. Answer. C. Both A and B. Question 29. Which of the following are the advan tags in UPI? Options. A. The user may add all his/her bank accounts under one app and transact from to any of those accounts. B. UPI rides on IMS channel, which is available 24/7/365 and ensures instant credit. C. UPI supports all latest Android phones. D. Any bank customer may download and use the UPI application of any bank enabled for it. E. All the above. Answer. E. All the above. Question 30. In the abbreviation IDRBT, the letters D are relating to which of the following? Options. A. Development and research in banking technology. B. Discussion and research. C. Drawing and research. D. Deal and research. E. None of these. Answer. A. Development and research in banking technology.